How does cystic fibrosis affect your daily life? It's okay. You talk to a physician and she comes in and says, this is a very devastating disease and you will outlive your child. And you're looking at this 2.5-month-old and you're like, can't be right.
That night was crushing. You have a certain view of what your life will be, and then somebody put a timeline on her life. I fell apart.
I was a naturally inquisitive child, and so when I learned first about the life expectancy, of cystic fibrosis, I think at the time when I learned it, it was around 18. And I really, that kind of was like, wow. Having cystic fibrosis is just a part of who I am. I'm always concerned about not getting sick, I'm washing my hands all the time. You don't know how much time I've spent cleaning and sterilizing nebulizers. I spend between 45 minutes to a little bit over an hour just clearing my lungs. And that requires a large vest machine that vibrates my chest cavity, as well as inhale antibiotics or saline or pulmozyme to help really clear me as best as possible. It's okay to break down, it's okay to have those days where you just don't want to get up, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it, you don't want to do your medicine. I guess the most important thing that we need to remember is that we've made so much progress with this disease. We're so close, but you still lose the race if you don't finish, and so we have to finish, and in every race you want to finish as strong as possible.
My name is Sydney Bite and I have cystic fibrosis.
Sydney, at her age right now, has probably had more blood drawn than most adults that I know. You're getting up at midnight to give a med, getting back up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do a med. So I try to make it just part of her routine. She's reading Harry Potter right now, so she's having a blast with that.
I wake up in the morning and I take my pills, and after I eat, I do my breathing beds. And then once I get to gymnastics, and then I do them right before I go to bed.
In spite of everything she's gone through and continues to go through, she's able to laugh and smile.
In CF, there is no remission. There is no survival rate. We just have to keep pushing on.
We had Molly in 2008, and we knew nothing of CF. Could not even have told you what CF stood for at the time. Neither one of us had CF in either family. And it feels very unfair. For a long time, she was doing nebulized saline, and she had to do that for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. It's very loud. That would scare her. We first heard about Kalydeco 3 years ago. She started taking it almost a month ago, and the night coughing has stopped. It's the first time she slept through the night this last month in her life. She's gained a little bit of weight. I mean, this drug is a miracle for us. But we're not there for everybody. This is 5% of the CF population. The Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, they are the reason that this disease is changing.
If it wasn't for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, I don't know if we'd be where we are today. It's amazing what these people do for us.
Knowing that there's such a strong community out there that is fighting day in and day out to cure this disease is so inspiring for me.
I think we're on the verge of an amazing success story.
I really believe that Molly will be part of the generation that has a cure for CF.
I wish for Sydney to stay as healthy as she possibly can, as long as she can, so she has no limits.
I wish that in 15 and 20 years that cystic fibrosis is just a memory.
My wish would be to cure CF.